Hey Thunkers, and welcome back to another episode of Thunkable on Air, episode 9, Blockchain Scavenger Hunt. My name is Jimmy, and joining me today and for the whole summer is our new intern, Simran.
Hi Thunkers, my name is Simran. I'm excited to be here for the summer. I'm working on some other tutorials for you guys as well, so I'm excited to get those up. Yeah.
If you have any questions, Simran's going to be building tutorials throughout the entire summer. Pretty soon we're going to launch this new tutorial series on APIs and how to incorporate them into your Thunkable apps. So if you need any help with APIs, Simran is the person to go to. Let's check out the app that we're going to build today. I'm going to really quickly bring up the app on my Thunkable Live companion. This is the Scavenger Hunt app. So this is a really cool app that you'll be able to design on Thunkable. We did this in partnership with a company called Oasis Labs. And Oasis Labs is this super awesome company that is building a privacy-first cloud computing blockchain on cloud computing platform on blockchain. And we've partnered with Oasis to create all new blockchain components that you can add to your Thunkable apps. So if you don't know what blockchain is, or maybe you do, you've been thinking about experimenting with it, Oasis makes it possible to do this, and we're really excited to be working with them. There are currently 3 sample apps that you can choose from on Thunkable that we've built, and we're gonna build one for you today. That is the Scavenger Hunt app. So this is an app that allows you to create a geolocation on a map. And when you are inside that geolocation, so we're just going to zoom in. So here we are in San Francisco. You can see that we are inside this geolocation. We can click the unlock location button and we can get a coin created on the Oasis blockchain. Which is super cool. And it also will allow you to go to a wallet screen where you can see your Oasis balance. And these are, this is a form of currency that is on the Oasis platform called gas. And so this is your Oasis balance, and this will show you how many tokens you have. So this is a super cool app. It's really easy to customize, especially because you can make these geolocations anywhere. So if you want to make a scavenger hunt app where your users have to go to different locations to unlock different coins, this is the tutorial for you. Really quickly, we're going to screen share, and we're just going to show you Oasis's website. You should definitely go check it out. This is the Oasis Labs website. Again, they're this really awesome company that's building this privacy-first cloud computing platform on blockchain. I would totally recommend checking them out. We're going to be going in and out of this website today. A few other things that you need to know. Again, this is our 9th episode, the Scavenger Hunt app. We're going to be building this really awesome geolocation scavenger hunt app. Thunkable is all about using blocks instead of code. So you can drag and drop different components together, drag and drop different functionality together, and this way you'll be able to build an app really quickly. It's cross-platform, so every app that you build will work for Android and iOS, pretty magical. And you can remix or start from scratch. So after this live stream is live and it's already finished, you can click on the below section and you can find the actual app file for this app and you'll be able to remix it from scratch. Check out our community of builders. They're an amazing group of people. And things that you will need for this live stream. You're going to need Google Chrome, an email, and the Thunkable Live app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the App Store. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get started. Again, we're just going to quickly show you, this is the Scavenger Hunt app. This is the file that you'll be able to download. It's pretty cool. It's got 3 screens, the screen that has the map, the screen that has the wallet, and the screen that shows you you've received a coin. And this is an animation JSON file from Lottie. So I think we're ready to get started. We're just going to quickly take a peek at this resource that I want everyone to know exists, docs.thunkable.com/blockchain. If you go here, you can find all the information on Oasis Labs and our partnership, and you can find these 3 sample apps, Scavenger Hunt, Secret Lunch Ballot, and a supply chain ledger. And this has the app file, how to remix it, step-by-step documentation, and a video tutorial. So go ahead and check these all out, but we thought this would be a really cool app to build with you from scratch today. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to ask Simran for some help here as we get started, is drag a bottom tab navigator component above the screen 1 component. So let's go get one of those. Bottom tab nav, put that here, and we're going to just drag the screen 1 on top. So now the screen 1 is within the bottom tab navigator component. Simran, what's next?
So the next thing we're doing is dragging the screen 1 component on top of the bottom tab navigator component. So screen 1 is now clickable. And we're going to rename screen 1 to be the hunt screen.
All right, so we're going to call this one hunt screen. This is the screen that will show you the map.
Yeah. So the next thing is dragging a row component into your app. The row component acts as a container for the other components. And when you add components into a row, they're stacked horizontally.
Awesome. So we have our row component, and we just dragged it right on top of the hunt screen.
Yeah. So next, we'll drag a label into the row component, and this label will display the app's name.
Ooh, I missed that. 1 second. Here we go. So we have the label right here.
Yep. And now we'll drag in an image component. The image component displays an image of your choice, and it's next to the label.
Awesome. So I'm just going to put that right here.
All right. So now we'll click on the row component, and we'll set the row's height to be fit contents.
Yep.
And we'll set the label's text to say scavenger hunt.
All right. I'm just going to write scavenger hunt. Here we go. And make the font a little bigger.
Awesome. Now you can upload an image file that needs to be displayed next to the label. So if you look at the sample app, you can see that we have a pin icon image.
So I'm just going to go back to this already fully built out app. On the hunt screen, you can see that this is the image that we used in the sample app. I'm going to leave this one blank because you can put in whatever image that you want. But if you do want this pin image, you can just go to our sample app right over here.
All right. So next, we'll be dragging a map component above the row component.
Here we go, right above the row. All right.
So we move the row component above the map component, and we'll drag a button below the map component.
All right, there we go, button below the map component.
Yeah. So let's just rename the button to unlock location button, and set the button's text to be the unlock location.
Unlock location, great.
And now we'll drag and drop the following components into the app. So we'll need this smart contract component, which allows you to connect a smart contract to your app. We'll also need a blockchain wallet, which automatically creates an Oasis wallet for your app.
Where is that guy? That's over here. 1 second. Blockchain wallet. Yep.
And we'll add in an alert component, which notifies you when you receive a token. And a location sensor. And this allows the app to access your location and know if you're within that specific geolocation.
Awesome. We got all those things.
Cool. So now we're going to connect your app to Oasis. So you want to click on the smart contract component and enter in the following information for each section.
Got it. So for this next section, we're going to, if you go to this documentation page on Thunkable, you can click for Scavenger Hunt, the step-by-step documentation that takes you over here. And so we're just going to scroll down because this has all of the links that you're going to need to connect your app to Oasis. So we're just going to scroll down a little bit. And here we go. The contract JSON interface. So what you're going to do is click on this link, and it's going to take you to the Oasis dashboard. Oh, this is for the secret ballot. We need to go get a different one. 1 second. I'm just going to pop back into the Scavenger Hunt app. This is the file that we fully built out, and I'm going to click on the smart contract component, and I'm just going to copy and paste what's in this contract JSON interface, which is the same thing that you'll get. I'm going to update this link later to make sure that you all have the right link, but for now, we're just going to get it from the older app file. So I'm just going to plug that right into contract JSON interface. And we need one more thing. We need this deployed contract address. And if we go back to the documentation, we can find that right over here for the Scavenger Hunt. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to drop it right into the deployed contract address section. All right, Simran, what's next?
Yeah, so now we're going to get into programming the hunt screen. And the first thing we'll be doing is figuring out how to add a geolocation. So in this section, you'll program your app to your map component to create a geolocation. And when the user is within that location and hits the unlock location button, they'll be able to receive a token. So to do this, we'll need the longitude and latitude for 4 points on a map that make up a polygon.
So really quickly, what we're going to do is we are going to go get 4 coordinates that we can then plug in and create this polygon over here. There are a few ways to do this. We can just go to Google Maps. And we can start picking locations that are around our current location. So what we're going to do is, to get started, I'm going to go back to here and we're going to go to the block section. And the first thing that we're going to do is say what happens when the hunt screen opens. So when the hunt screen opens, get this block, we're going to call the map. So we're going to go to the map blocks and we are going to say when the hunt screen opens, we want to, in the map, call a polygon. So we're going to get this call polygon block. Great. And now we need to put in a list of coordinates. They're going to be 4 specific locations that we pick. Each have their own longitude and latitude. So we're going to need to go get a list block, and we're going to get this one over here, plug it into coordinates, and we're going to need 4 openings over here for the 4 different coordinates. So I'm just going to drag and drop an item over here. So now we have an extra opening. I'm going to delete these guys and make some room for the block that comes next. That block that comes next is going to be a create object block. So what we want to do is go into the object section, and you want to get a create object block, plug it right in, and we're just going to say we want each of these create object blocks to have 2 categories. They are going to be longitude, and latitude. Great. And what you can do now is just copy and paste these and plug them into each opening. So again, when the hunt screen opens, we're going to call the map to add a polygon to a specific little box that is going to look something like this. And now we need to get the coordinates for each of the points. So let's get started. I'm going to just click on Google Maps. This is San Francisco. And then you just click right over here. This is the longitude and the latitude. So you get provided with these coordinates. Longitude is going to be this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste this coordinate. And I'm going to drag it and drop it. Oh, I'm going to need an empty block. Actually, you know what? Just going to delete these really quickly so it's easier to copy and paste so we can move a little faster. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get this longitude block, and I'm going to drop it into the longitude section. And I'm going to get this latitude block, and I'm going to drop that into the latitude section. So that's 1 coordinate. And the way this is going to work is we need to get 4 of them. So we have 1 here. We're going to get 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So let's click over here. And let's see what we've got. This point on a map. We're going to, again, click these coordinates. We're going to copy and paste. This is the longitude. And then this is the latitude. This takes a little bit long, Thunkers. Sorry for the delay. Ooh, make sure that this is negative. Make sure that you copy the exact longitude and latitude for each of these coordinates. Otherwise, you're going to have a very funky looking polygon. That's the 2nd coordinate. Let's zoom out again. Go get our 3rd coordinate. Let's just say it's over here. So I'm going to click here, click on these coordinates, get this one. This is the longitude for our next one. And then we're going to get the latitude over here. And now we have our last coordinate. So I'm just going to click over here and get the longitude over here. Plug that in and get the latitude over here. Plug that in as well. Great, so these are the 4 coordinates on the map. And now we need to fill out a few more things before this polygon appears. We're going to need to get stroke width, the stroke color, and the fill color. These are all things that determine what this actually looks like, you know, this blue and this light blue. So we have these numbers pre-populated for you. And so if you're on the documentation page that does step-by-step documentation, you can just copy and paste them directly into your app. So those are over here. So the first thing we need to do is get a math block. We want the stroke width to be 5. And next we're going to get these blank text blocks, plug them in, and we're just going to copy and paste directly from the documentation. So the stroke color block is going to be this number. And then we have the fill color block is going to be this complete set of information, and we're just going to plug that in. So what we have now is an app that hopefully should just be a polygon on a location. And so I'm going to do a quick live test, and we are going to, let's see, we're going to stop screen sharing. And hey, and we're back. Here we go. This is what we have so far. We have this polygon on a map of San Francisco that we just created. Super cool. We're also going to take this time right now to check out some questions and to say hey to some of our favorite polygon on a map of San Francisco. Gotta pause that. So who do we have? We've got Technical Madhesh. We have Felucia Educational. Can you speak in Hindi? Actually, Simran speaks Hindi.
I speak a little bit of Hindi, yes.
So if you have any questions in Hindi, you can ask them to Simran. Luis Andres, how's it going? Good to see you. We've got Hafiz Abid Rafiq asking about APIs. So we have lots of docs and tutorials by Simran coming out on APIs. We have UA from Thunkable. We have Donal operating the Thunkable account. Hello, Donal. We have Mobile Tech. What's going on, Mobile Tech? And it looks like those are the questions so far and the people who are asking them. So just wanted to give you all a quick shout out. Thank you for supporting. We are going to go back to the screen share and continue building this app together. So back to screen share. Here we go. And we're back on this block. All right. Let's see. I think we need to add a little bit more for this. Is that right, Simran? What's going on? I think we need to add one more block combination for this screen. So that's going to be programming the unlock button. So if you remember, you've got this unlock location button over here. This is what it looks like on the fully formed app. We need to program what happens when you are within that polygon. So how do we get started with that? What we're going to do is go to the unlock location button and say when the unlock location button is clicked, we're going to do something. So when the unlock location button is clicked, we are going to call the location sensor to ask where we are and get this one and drop that right in. And next we need to basically say if we are within the polygon, what do we do? So we're going to get an if block in the control section. If we are in this location. So this next part is pretty tricky. So stay with us as we explain it. Step one is you need to go into the logic section and you are going to get an and block and plug it in right here. Next, you see these openings over here. We're going to put and blocks inside each of them. So this is super meta. We've got and blocks inside of and blocks inside of and blocks. Copy and paste. Right now, your app should look like this. Awesome. So we have these 4 openings. And I think the next thing that we want to do is go get a greater than and less than block. And again, this is going to look a little goofy. Stick with us, Thunkers. This is probably the hardest part of the app. So we are going to get a greater than block, put it in the first one, and then we're going to get a less than block. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, put it to less than, and drag and drop it into the opening. So this is looking very large, but this is the approach that we got to use. We're going to get another one of these and block it over here, and another one of these and block it in here. So what's going on here? Pretty simple. this is basically saying if we are in the right geographic area, give us a coin. And so the way that we're going to do that is we have to say, if our longitude is greater than I think it's the, let's see, one second. And we're going to say if our longitude is within the max and minimum longitude of the location, and our latitude is within the max and minimum of the location, then that means we're in the location. So basically, these are just ways of saying, are we in the right place? So you're going to get 2 longitude blocks, drop them in, and then 2 latitude blocks, drop them in. Great, so now your app should look like this. And in the next step, we are going to enter in our longitude and latitude coordinates. So this is just a little tricky. It requires a little bit of knowing what is the largest and what is the smallest coordinates that you have. So the way that this works is you are going to find if your longitude is greater than a certain point on the app. So we're going to pick the, let's see, we are going to pick coordinate. If your longitude is greater than the smallest longitude coordinate. So let's find the smallest longitude coordinate out of these. Which one is it? So because it's negative, the larger it is, the smaller it is. So we are going to find, I think it's this one. So if our longitude is greater than this one, than this coordinate, and our longitude is less than the more positive longitude value, so let's find the more positive longitude values, which is, I think, this one. Right, and if our latitude is less than the larger latitude, the greater value latitude coordinate, so let's find the largest latitude, this one. And our latitude is greater than the smallest, or the lower value. So let's find the lowest value in latitude, which is this one, and plug it in. Again, now this is just saying if you are within the if you are within this location, what we're going to do is now call an alert, and it's going to show us a message. That's the wrong block. We want the from alert set title to, and it's going to say congrats. And the message, so let's go back, from alert 1 set message 2, and we are going to say you've unlocked this location. You have received a location coin. Awesome. And next we need to get another alert block, the in alert call show block. Drop that underneath. And then what we want to do is after we've said yes to this alert, we want to navigate to a different screen that's just going to show us an animation of getting a coin. So if you remember back to, I'm just going to do some quick live testing on this app. If you remember back, and we're going to stop screen sharing. If you remember back to this app, when you are within the location and we click unlock location and you click OK, you see this animation of a coin. So we're going to program that real quick. So we're going to stop screen sharing, or stop the broadcast and go to screen share. And we are going to add a screen. And let's call this screen coin screen. And what we're going to do is we are going to add an animation component. Animation, also known as Lottie. So we've added an animation component to this coin screen. Simran, what's next? What are we going to do with this animation component? I think we're going to set the height and width of this animation component. I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
So let's set the height
and width to the fill container.
Okay.
And so it should now fill the complete screen. And you can upload any animation that's available.
So what we did was we went to lottifiles.com. We found this animation. This is Airbnb's animation library, and you can search for any animation that you want. For this app, we've already uploaded this guy, this coin fall animation. So all I'm going to do is select coin fall animation, and here we go. So now if you are within the location and you press the unlock button, you are going to see this screen which has this animation. So let's just program that out real quick. So we're going to say, after the alert, we want to navigate to that screen. Navigate to the coin screen. Great. Next, what we have to do is we need to call the Oasis smart contract. So we're going to call smart contract call method. And we're going to put that right under this block. And we need to do a few things. So this is basically a block that's interacting with the Oasis blockchain. What we want to do is for method name, go to text, get a blank text block. We're just going to say unlock location. Unlock location. And for parameters, we're going to get a list block. And we don't need these two, we just need one. Just gonna delete these real quick. And it's gonna say, what are you gonna get? We want this thing. So when this app was originally created, it was created for New York, and the geolocation was in Hell's Kitchen. So the token for this is actually called Hell's Kitchen token. Awesome. And that's all we need to do for this block right over here. So what happens if you're not in the area and you click the unlock location button? So now we have to program that. So we get this else block and we drag it in. There we go. So again, when the unlock location button is clicked, call the location sensor, say, are we in this location? If we are, say congratulations and navigate us to the coin screen so we can see that animation. And if not, what are we going to do? We want an alert to pop up. So let's go to alert, and we'll get the title of the alert to say, can't unlock. And then we want the alert message to say, please go to one of the colored locations on the map to unlock a token. So this again is just saying, hey, sorry, you're not in the right spot. Please look at your map, find where the polygons are, and go to one of those places. And the last thing you want to do is get in alert call show, just drag and drop it right under here. That is the last part that you need to program this screen. So there are 3 screens in this app. The coin screen is super easy to program. It's basically just got a couple blocks. Now we just need to program the wallet screen. So for our next step, Simran, what are we going to do?
Okay, so we're going to start by creating the wallet screen. So we'll add a screen, and we'll rename the screen to wallet screen. And this screen is going to be used to display your token balance. It's going to show how many tokens you've unlocked. And we'll return to the screen later, but click on Hunt Screen and go to the design section for now. So we'll drag the wallet screen on top of the bottom tab navigator component, and this places the screen within the navigator. Okay, so I'm just going to add this wallet screen on top of the tab nav, and I'm going to do the same thing to the coin screen. Okay. Awesome. So we'll drag the Hunt screen above the wallet screen. And now the first thing that your app users see when they open the app is the Hunt screen.
Awesome. Actually, sorry, I made a mistake there. You don't want the coin screen to be within the tab navigator. You only want your users to be able to go between the hunt screen and the wallet screen. The coin screen is kind of like, in this case, it's not very visible. All right, let's see, what's next? I think now it's time to design the wallet screen.
So we'll click on the wallet screen and go to the design section.
Mm-hmm.
And now we'll drag and drop in the following components.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll need a label component for the account address.
Just a heads up, Thunkers, we're about to drop a lot of things into the screen.
And then we'll need a text component for displaying your Oasis account address.
All right, so we need a text input. I'm just going to shrink this so it's easier to see. We have a text input component, so it's going to go under the label. Okay, what's next, Simran?
So now we're going to grab another label component for the hunt token balance.
Mm-hmm.
And underneath that, we have another label component that displays the token balance.
A lot of labels.
Yep. And then the next thing we have is a button that refreshes your token balance.
Button.
Underneath that, we have a label component for the Oasis balance.
One sec. Okay.
And then we, so that was the label component for displaying the Oasis balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a button for refreshing your Oasis balance.
Awesome. So I'm just going to add another label and another button. Great. It looks a little ridiculous like this, Thunkers, but we're going to program all of these things to look a little bit nicer. One thing that you can do just to start off is we're going to make this background a nice dark light blue color. And let's start with this first label. And if we go back to this app that's fully built out and we click, you don't have to name all of these labels, but you can if you want to. But this is, again, what it looks like. We've got all of these different things. Let's go back to our app. Okay. And let's add a few things in. So we're gonna, this first label, we're gonna make the text say Oasis account address. And for the text input, we're not gonna, I guess we can get rid of the hint. For this label, we're gonna call this, we're gonna make the text say hunt token balance. And we'll just set this to nothing right now. This button, we're going to name. It's going to be, we're going to give it a name. It's going to be refresh Oasis balance button. Refresh Oasis balance button. And we're going to call it, we're going to make the text say refresh hunt. Oh, I named this the wrong thing. We're going to name this one refresh hunt token balance. Hunt token balance button. And we're going to make the text be refresh hunt token balance. Next, we have a label which says Oasis balance. Oasis balance. We can delete the text of this label. And we can set the text of this to say refresh Oasis balance and have the name of this button be the refresh Oasis balance button. All right, that was a lot of things that we just did. Your app should look like this. Again, ultimately, if you want to add different margins and spaces between these things, you can do that really easily. For example, you can just click over here. You can add 10 to each of these to make them a little farther apart. I'm just going to do that really quick. It's going to make it a little easier for your users to interact with this screen. Awesome. So this is what it should look like right now. All right, let's go to program the wallet screen. So Simran, what's up first?
Yeah, so the first thing we want to do is connect your Oasis account address.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start by bringing out a when wallet screen opens block.
Okay.
And then we're going to click on the Oasis.
This component is now, originally it was called Oasis Web 3. It now has a new name, which is Blockchain Wallet. Great, so we're gonna get the in Blockchain Wallet get account address block. Great, what's next?
So the next thing we want is now to grab the from address input. So
this is
our text input.
Yep, this is a text input block.
Yep, and we'll set the text to be the address.
Great.
And then again, we're going to get the blockchain wallet component and call with the call get balance.
All right, we've got a get balance block.
Awesome.
We're going to put that right under.
Right under, and then we'll for of address we'll put in the address block again.
Okay.
And then in the then do part of this, we're going to grab the Oasis balance label.
So let's just double check which one that is. So we have the Oasis balance. I think that's this one over here. Or is it this one right under? Let's double check for our previous one. We have this label right here, which is the Oasis balance label. Okay, so we're going back here. We have that, let's see, Oasis balance. So let's see where we are right now. I think it's this one right over here. Let's just name that really quickly. Let's call that the Oasis balance label. Great. So on blocks, we now have the Oasis balance label. Here we go.
And then we'll set the text of it to be balance.
Awesome.
And now underneath this, we want to bring in the Oasis smart contract block.
Okay, so where is that? We have our blockchain wallet, which we've used already, and we have, let's see, smart contract. That's our smart contract block. Okay.
And we'll get the one that has the call method run only.
Okay.
And for method name, we can put in balance of, so grab the text block.
Get this text block and type in balance of.
And then in parameters, we want to grab a list block first. We can get rid of the bottom two. And then instead of the, we're going to set the text here to be address.
Okay.
So we'll grab an address block.
Got it.
Great. And then in the then do section of this, we want to set the hunt balance label text to results.
Okay, so we have, I'm just going to go back here. I think the hunt token balance label is this one over here, hunt balance label. So I'm just going to copy and paste this name, go back to the file that, the project that we were building. And I think, let's see, where is that one? Should be right under the refresh hunt token balance. I think that's it. So we're going to say, this is the hunt balance label. Go back to blocks, find the hunt balance label, and get this one set text to
result.
Great, and we're going to set that to the result. Awesome, great. What's next?
So the next thing we want to do now is program the refresh Oasis balance button. So we'll click on the refresh Oasis balance button and grab the when click block.
Got it.
And we'll need the Oasis.
This is the
blockchain wallet.
Yep. So we'll get a blockchain wallet component and get the
account address.
Get account address. All right.
And then in the then do, we're going to grab another blockchain wallet component, but this time the one that calls the get balance.
Get balance. Got it.
And we'll set the address with the address block. And then in the then do section of this block, we'll set the Oasis balance label text to balance.
Awesome. Great.
So the next thing that we have to do is program the refresh hunt balance button.
Okay.
So again, we'll go into the drawer and grab the when refresh hunt balance button click block. And we'll need another blockchain component
Okay.
for calling the get account address.
Get account address. Got it.
And then in the then do, we'll grab another blockchain wallet component with call method run only.
Call method run only. 1 second, Thunkers. Call method run only. Call method run only. So this is the in smart contract call method run only. Got it.
And then we'll set the method name using a text block. We'll say balance of.
Balance of.
And then in parameters, we're going to grab a list component. And then we can get rid of the extra ones. We just need one, and we'll set that with address.
Got it. So just going to delete these, plug in address.
Great. And the last thing we need to do in this block is in the then do component, the then do part, we'll get the from hunt balance label and set the text to results. Hunt balance label, set text to results. And we'll set that to, where is that result? This is method, method run only. Oops, sorry about that, Thunkers. Had the wrong block. In smart contract, method run only. Method name. Let's see. We're going to put balance of for parameters. We have that list. There we go. Okay. So I think we're all set with the blocks for this page. Oh, and we just want to set the text to results. Oh, good call, Simran. We're just going to grab this result block, drag and drop it right in. Great. Awesome. Yeah, so our app should be ready to go now, and we can live test it. And if you're within the geolocation, you should be able to receive a token. All right. Let's see. We're just going to, I think we have to enable our location for this app. So when the wallet screen opens, for when the hunt screen opens, let's go back to the screen really quickly. We're just going to zoom out, and we need to say, we need to get our current location. So 1 second. I'm going to go to this and get the location sensor. Get current location. Block. Here, we're going to stop. And we're just going to go back over here. So here we go. We're going to live test this out. And let's see, here we are. Here is our app, and we are within this polygon. And when we click unlock location, congrats, you've unlocked this location. We see a coin drop. And we can navigate to the wallet screen where it has all of our information from Oasis, which was really cool. So if you have any questions, this took a very long time to build. Hopefully, if you're following along on this tutorial live, or if you want to find the documentation online, you can build it faster. But again, this only took about 45 minutes to make, and it is a fully functional scavenger hunt app. You can set these geolocations all over to different maps and have your users go to these different places to get tokens. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments section below. Every Friday at 10:30, we do live app building sessions. Look for Simran's tutorial series coming out on web APIs, and thanks for thunking. Thanks for thunking. Bye.